Hello, everyone. This is insane. I just did half this freaking reading, and I realized that I was so into it, I forgot to push the record button. I think because of the nature of this reading, it's very intense. I need to tell you right off the bat um, that I have to warn you about triggers because there is very sensitive content in this past life reading. This is not going to be like a reading I normally do because of the nature of the content and also because it's a past life reading and what came up could very well upset and trigger individuals. So please, please, trigger warning, okay? Also, it's not going to, this reading is not going to resonate with everyone, but it will resonate for some. And I also have to say that based on the cards, the past life cards that I have here, there are 4 things that are featured in these cards, along with the life lesson, which is the 5th card. These 4 things could have happened in the same lifetime, or they could have happened in different lifetimes. But they all happened to those who resonate. And the life lesson, which is accountability, is being repeated in this lifetime. So if the lesson was not learned, it's being repeated. And some of the experiences may be repeated. I have to add that. If you do not believe in reincarnation or past lives, I thank you for being here, but please just carry on to another reading without negativity or judgment on those who might learn something or experience something worthy for them. And I thank you for that. And now for this reading. I pulled some past life cards from a deck that I received for Christmas from a family member that I'm truly, truly grateful for. And then I pulled from a deck that I love, that I've had for years, called Dreams of Gaia. And I have the booklet here just to support some of the things that I'm going to say, because I haven't used it in a few years as much as I loved it. And after I share the cards I've already pulled, I will then pull some tarot to see what the correlation is in this lifetime, if we can pick up some extra clues, so to speak. So just to get started quickly, the life lesson that came up is accountability. The other thing that came to me is that those individuals that these past lives, these lessons are speaking to, the life lesson of accountability and the correlating experiences. They died of a broken heart. I don't believe that all of these are related to everyone that had the most important experiences, which was the life lesson and the broken heart death. Those are the things that everybody will be able to relate to, that this reading is speaking to. The 4 things that occurred, the 4 different experiences. I will start with this one. They were a bystander in someone else's assault, in someone else's sexual assault. They were a hunter. It says during rural living, but I want to suggest that the hunting could be, immediately my mind went to the Inquisition period when people were hunted, and that the individuals that correlate with these past life experiences were participants in policing, controlling, or part of the Inquisition, that sort of thing. They weren't hunting animals for food. They were more part of the control mechanism being used in society towards individuals. The third thing is the fall of civilization through ignorance. I want to say it could just be not necessarily civilization, but maybe societal. However, if you look historically at the Inquisition period and the Dark Ages and how all these things correlated, there were smaller civilizations or societies that broke down based on the ignorance of individuals in the roles that they played. So, I don't know, take what resonates. And then third, fourth, they experienced a fire disaster. It says volcano. I got volcano, so take it as it resonates. As I said, some people experienced all four experiences in one lifetime and some in various different lifetimes. But they experienced all four of these things. And of course, the most important aspect is the lesson of accountability. So then after that, I was led to use the Dreams of Gaia deck, which I was explaining before. The first two cards that came out, the Eight of Air, which is all about the ego. Air, of course, represents the mind, your thoughts, and this card is all about the ego and allowing the ego to run wild, basically. I will read these just so that you get the gist of what it was saying. I won't read all of them, but I do want to read all of these because I felt related to everything else. It made sense. It resonated. Ego does not always tell the truth. Effect will always follow cause. Time to change your ways. Admit that you made a mistake. Self-justification does not mitigate harm. Consequences are inescapable. We all make mistakes, and memory is imperfect. Those were the key phrases for that particular card. The second card that I got was the Sage. I won't go into all the details here, but all of the key phrases were about communicating clearly and not holding your tongue, which resonated for me based on the past life cards that came up. Not just being a bystander and allowing injustice to happen without speaking your mind about it, being brave enough to stand up and speak your mind, which, of course, during the Spanish Inquisition or any of the other Inquisitions that occurred, people were probably afraid to tell the truth because they didn't want to be harmed. But there were those who weren't afraid and did stand up to injustice. And so that is one of the aspects of the accountability lesson. The other cards that came up after, one of the cards was, let's see, just bear with me for 1 second. Intuition. Using your intuition and not just blindly following, going along with, or believing what is told to you. Okay? The card that came next was the Union card. However, the Union card came up, it came out in reverse, which resonated with me with the death, the heartbreak at death. So this is a fragmented, this is not union, this is a relationship within yourself or with another person that's fragmented. Okay, that's damaged in some way. The other two cards were Earth cards. The 9 of Earth first came out. The 10 of Earth came out, which is like the 10 of coins, right? It means things coming together. It's a happy material conclusion. Although I was told that this did not happen. This is what was wanted, but it was not received. And then the 11 of Earth flew out right after it. This card represents how heaven and earth are not separate. And that separation is an illusion. But the fact that there was a lot of discord, guilt, unhappiness in the individuals who had these experiences, I can understand how this is something of a challenge. This belief was a challenge to them. And also, this card refers to also symbolic relationships. So the symbolism of the relationships with themselves and with other individuals to what their life was like for them. And now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to use tarot to see if we can get any more extra information for those of you who are so far resonating with what you've already heard. It's pre-shuffled a little bit, but I'm going to shuffle it a couple more times. My shuffle 3. Let's see what comes out for us related to the past life lesson of accountability and the past life experiences. Okay. The Page of Swords is the first card to come out. I'll show that to you really quick. Page of Swords. Can you tell us anything else about today related to this past life lesson and the experiences related to it? Oh. Okay. I've got a High Priestess. The High Priestess is upright. I've got the 10 of Cups. And I've got the 10 of Pentacles. Interesting. Now, just give me a second. The High Priestess, I've already been told, is upright. The 10 of Cups is reversed. The 10 of Pentacles is reversed. The Page of Swords is reversed. So, in correlation with the past life experience of accountability and the death of a broken heart and the other experiences that are related to this lesson, this life's lesson, the collective that relate to this, they're repeating their actions from the past. They're spying, they're watching, they're gossiping. They're joining in the hunt. The incrimination, the accusations. That's the hunt. The hunt is a verbal hunt. They're going to lose everything they want for it. So you might see the High Priestess as the stag of the hunt, and the mob are the hunters. That's what it looks like right now. Page of Swords reversed, the High Priestess upright. Page of Cups in reverse, Page of Pentacles in reverse. So it could be that those resonating with this have feelings for somebody that they're helping to attack. The Ten of Coins is not just material. It's also meant to be well-rounded, right? We all know people who have plenty of material things and they're miserable. This is meant to be not just material happiness, but emotional happiness as well. Just like the Queen of Pentacles is all about self-care, right? Okay, I'm going to leave this here for now. I thank you for joining me. I'm going to try and get a third one in before the evening is over. And I thank you again for joining me. I know I already said that. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And thank you for those of you who were able to handle the sensitivity of the subjects in this reading. Take care.